Sunday morning.
Okay.
We'll pick
Would you all
it up down
please
Marshall.
rise for me? We'll say the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. Phil will not be joining us this morning. He's going to try to be here on Wednesday. Russ is just coming in the room. If you open your packets, we have the agenda there. We have, Don was able to crank out the budget, which is in your folder. And it's got some handwritten stuff on it. If you go to the back page. Well, I grabbed the wrong one, I guess. Yeah, I got the wrong one. Augie has written in the correct numbers. We'll have it corrected when Don can. I'm sure you're all aware Don had some issues with his surgery. And,
Didn't even know he had surgery.
well, I'm not gonna talk about it on camera.
No.
But, you can see there was a $10,000 discrepancy. Let me, let's go through the budget first here as far as the changes. Well, let me get to where I need to get to. Okay, on page 15 of the budget, we adjusted the contingencies to 15,000 from 25. And then we need to go to page
17.
17. And that drops the total budget expenditures to $6,195,697, and then that means that the budget will have a surplus of $563. And then you go to the very last page, and that means the total of all budgets is $30,913,113. And then the surplus would be $1,298,763. So you'll have an opportunity the next couple of days to take a look at all of the budgets. Everything was adjusted the best we could with the department's help, making some adjustments there based on what departments could do. We had to add in flock. We had to add in the deductions for the air evac, and then the payback were put in there. We were able to take out another 10 grand based on what I know about gasoline from the sheriff's department. We, when we met with the sheriff's committee, or the safety committee, we had to adjust based on working with Matt, what we knew the actual deputy salaries were gonna be, so that went up. We made some other adjustments in the sheriff's department based on what the sheriff's committee or the safety committee did. Those were all put in there. Monty had some adjustments which we put in there. Augie had some things that he rearranged. The state's attorney had some things that he was able to do. And all of those things were accomplished. We also added and adjusted the HR people, salaries a little bit to accomplish, some things we wanted to do there. So all,
The county board, we lowered it.
we lowered it. So, yes,
We're getting paid less.
yeah,
Whether or not I'm resigning.
Man, there goes the new car.
so all in all,
Yeah,
we adjusted, we got some things from, we might as well talk about this now as far as tort. We were able to drop tort some, but we also got some additional things we can drop. I gotta find it here. Tort, we were able to drop, the total liability did not go up 100 grand. It went up about 60 grand. But our agent is suggesting that our umbrella, they offered us an opportunity to increase our umbrella by 5 million, which they dropped it a couple of years ago and wouldn't let us increase it. We can do that, and that would cost us $30,000 for a $5 million umbrella.
And what is it now?
Nothing. But we do not have an umbrella. So he suggests that we might consider doing that for $30,000. We would not have to increase the levy, and I've got it in there already. The other thing we could do is we could save 10 grand by going to a $25,000 deductible on our general liability, instead of 5. And he suggests that because then your umbrella would pick that up. So the increase would only be 20,000. So it just makes good financial sense, JR said. That would give us better reliable insurance.
Would that have, if we had had that, would that have affected any payouts this year?
No, because we've, I'd have to ask that question, I'm sorry. I'd have to ask that question, and I can get the answer to that on Wednesday. Okay, any other questions you have, I can get an answer to that, okay?
Because I feel like this year was a real stressor.
Right,
This would have been a good measure of whether or not it's worthwhile.
right. Yeah, good question. I'll find out.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll explore that a little deeper as far as the umbrella, okay? And our work comp went down from 80,000 to 67. So we did get a little small pieces of good news, okay? Anyway, take a look at the budget, see what you think, okay? We also have the levy, it's in your packet. And you can see the increase is 6.85. It remained the same. Let's see, we've got numerous liquor licenses to approve. We've got a transfer for the dog fund and the rabies fund.
Does Andrew aware of that? I haven't
We are
talked-
not transferring out of any other funds that we have in the past.
I just haven't had time to talk to her this past week.
And then we've got Cindy Spencer, who is the superintendent out at Kansas, who has graciously will serve to to fill out Kay Fiddler's term on the 708 board. And then we're on 17, it's on page 2, we're clarifying the terms for the Health Department board and getting that all listed out. Because there was some confusion between the staff out there at the Health Department board, so, and what Augie and I carry on the books here. And this just clarifies the positions. Okay? Right, Augie?
Yes, sir.
So, that's what's on the agenda. Are there any questions about any of that? There is a need for a closed session today, brief one. Andy? You got anything?
I got Jill's furniture put together.
Oh, did you?
And
How long did that take?
I got a kid that works for me. I said, RJ, take some tools and go put those chairs together. And during tell him how many hours he
So
did. He only took a few hours, 2 or 3
So,
hours.
are we paying him?
Yeah, I just said, just turn in how many hours you got. Put them together. Because I called and talked to Jill, and she said I was gonna call Tom Hebner and see about the Dale, and she said, I just heard Dale had back surgery or something. So I'm like, okay. And I looked over and RJ was sitting there, I said, you wanna go put some chairs together?
Well, they can't be that.
It wasn't, I don't, like I said, 2 or 3 hours and yeah, together.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, so.
And then we'll get a check cut to the kid.
He hadn't given me a bill yet. I'll have to give you, go turn bill in.
Okay,
So I have that's done.
thank you.
Figured it. If I'd had time, I'd put it together. I don't have time.
It was just like.
Can you look any grouchier?
You want me to?
No.
It's been a rough week. I haven't had time to talk to Andrew. I did text her, she didn't answer my text, so I assume everything's all right. So
The kitty cat that I got is doing great.
I'm glad to hear that. Why don't you take the hairless one?
It's the wrong time of year to take care of it.
Right. Now see, my cat likes to bite. Friendly bite. Friendly. My grandson, he went with me to feed the cats. He took pictures of me feeding the cats and sent it to his friends, and he got all kinds of good comments about that. Yeah, he showed on his phone, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm done.
Russ, do you have anything?
I was just asked about the signs around the courthouse saying enter in the north,
The what?
the signs around the courthouse.
Yeah, we need
Remember you were
Summer.
gonna get with the sheriff?
to. Well, I
thought
thought
he had-
he said he had some, he was gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
But those are the old signs that were up there.
Yes.
Yeah, they need,
Some point one, well, they all point the same direction, they're just inside or outside the ring, facing in or out.
so
Yeah.
you can- if you're over here, you go all the way around.
What we need is some guy that does this.
A scarecrow?
I'm with,
Okay.
Can you talk to the sheriff about signage at the courthouse that's less confusing?
People get lost.
Please.
Yeah, I understand.
And get with Andy and maybe we can come up with,
Somebody makes some nice.
well, maybe
Right.
the sign shop,
We need
can we,
something to, and I
can
don't
we,
know, who did
maybe
you,
the sign shop getting with Jimmy, maybe Jimmy?
I think at one point he talked to Jimmy about signs. I remember him saying that, but I don't know what they come up with.
I'll talk to Jimmy.
Please,
Good.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, Russ. I was gonna bring that up, I forgot. But I think we bring it up about every other meeting and we need
talked
to
to you
get it.
about maybe putting some of that yellow safety chain or something up on those
Yeah,
steps too,
and
something
a little
that
nicer looking
looks
than
nicer, yes.
In the crime scene tape across there.
Yes. I wondered if you put signs on each side of the steps. I don't know whether you wanna block those steps or.
Yeah, we really
In
can't block
case,
the
in case
steps.
of a fire.
Right, if that yellow safety chain is plastic, that, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I figure if we put that up and maybe a sign that says emergency exit only,
Okay,
like, and put that chain to where it could be
Break
No,
wide down.
easily dropped. It's not an obstruction, you could
Yeah.
take it right down, but
Okay.
just something visual to keep people from trying to enter through there.
Go through there,
but-
get up,
but
and then you
would-
can't get in.
Yeah, maybe grab their attention that they can't get through there, but it would not impede foot traffic coming out.
I've got several buckets of white if we need it, but probably white's not what we need, but I've got white.
That plastic safety chain?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the little stuff that's easily, you just push
Yeah.
right through it. Holler at me if you need it, but I got, I don't know, 3 or 4 buckets of white.
Okay,
White would look prettier than the yellow.
yeah.
What would look better?
It would look better.
Mhm.
I mean, we used it for arenas, horse arenas. It's,
Yeah, take a look at it.
Have we got a plan for finishing landscaping around the courthouse, like for storage and so
Look that
forth?
way.
Working on that.
How's it
Look that
working
way.
on that?
Okay, I just wondered. Don't like boxwoods, huh?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
You pick something different?
okay.
Okay.
keep him happy, please.
Yeah. We could plant some out at the radio tower.
Okay, good. I got it around my house. Great, very nice. Yep.
Speaking of radio tower, we are, gonna, I asked Josh to, order the system that regulates the lights. And that lets us know whether the lights are working properly. We don't wanna be going out there asking Russ to check to see if the lights are working.
I don't have a camera pointing that way.
Well, we need something that lets us know and monitors the cameras, I mean the lights,
Yeah.
okay? So,
Oh, we need to see about your generator too.
Yeah, I've got it, it's stored in the garage up there at the jail. So
Okay.
it's ready to go, the generator, transfer switch, it's all
It's all there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess
So,
we need to decide who.
we need to coordinate that with Josh,
Okay.
okay, when they start working on all that.
Have they indicated when they're gonna come to,
We'll have
But-
to get Josh.
Sometime in
Going to
December.
that's what I was thinking is some,
Do you want me to just holler at Joshua?
Yeah.
we'll find out after meeting.
All right. Okay.
Have anything else?
Last night, first time I've been to town after dark forever, it seemed like, but I went around the courthouse and looks pretty nice. Someone, I don't know who done the decorations, but
Several people got on it. Russ, and Augie, and,
No, Lisa started the ball rolling.
Lisa,
Getting it
and
done.
Ray.
really,
I mean, everybody got together and said, let's
Covered in
make
motion.
this thing look nice.
it looks nice. You know, with the wreaths and the
Well,
lights up
you're
there,
not here very
around the
often.
trees and just the courthouse in general, it just looked pretty nice. I was, wow, impressive.
It's bold.
Yeah, right.
The chamber had some input in a lot of that too.
Well,
So,
Good.
I
now
just
some
wanna,
of,
everybody that was involved in doing it, I
Yep.
wanna thank them because it really looked nice.
Yep.
now a couple of the candles are a little weak, but we don't have electricity available to every last candle.
Yeah.
So some of them are battery, but for the most part, everything looks
Mhm.
wonderful.
Yeah.
What's it look like, what's the inside look like where we have the peaks that have the 3 arched windows? Are those easily accessible or not? Because we could put candles up there, probably don't have power. Anyway,
I don't think
year
there's
round,
power
it would be
there.
really pretty because we're missing that.
You mean all of where the 3 kind of
It's-
are?
Yeah,
it's
it's
up in
the
the
higher
attic.
peaks, is it?
Some of them.
Some of them are easy to get to, some
Some
of
of
them
them
are.
Well, we
Or
don't have
above the
sun, not
ceiling.
all, so,
Right.
okay,
Mall.
yeah. Probably
We
the
could have a
people,
wire.
Do it from the outside, get better.
probably the people behind me as I drive around the square slowly are irritated, but
Yeah.
it's just ignoring,
So none of them have them at this point.
not the
No,
peaks.
no.
Not the peaks.
But the office windows do, and it does look
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, there's just 3 arched windows,
And those are mainly, oh, I know.
like in the old jury room,
Yeah,
those 3.
yeah.
Anybody have any comments on the lights, on the clocks?
Oh, yeah.
There's a few people
Yeah.
that like them.
One guy all the time, all the time,
That they need to
Every
be
week.
up a little bit
every week.
more.
Yeah, every week I hear the same crap. So, well, get a ladder and do it yourself. I just ignore him. Ah, there you go, yeah, not even worried. But if it's 5 or 10 people, it'd be different, one person.
But at the 911 meeting the other day, Taylor talked about different things, about some additional training for the dispatchers. And something she found out that they hadn't been trained, but I think you guys have got them trained. Thank you for getting that done.
Yeah, I found something online for them.
Yeah. So they're up to snuff on all the training, their required training. I didn't realize that they were supposed to have 12 hours of training required, and they're getting everything done. And she also mentioned there's 3 different policy things, and I think she's maybe talked to you. She had copies of them. I don't know whether you've seen them or not.
It's been a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're
but those are things that the sheriff needs to adopt to cover everybody's thing. But if you haven't got them, get with her, and, cause I was gonna bring them with me today, but I forgot to bring them. But there's 3 or 4 of them, different policy things involving the sheriff approving and procedures and all that. Another thing that she mentioned, and I'm not sure exactly what it is, but in 2025, she said that there's, the 911 Act I'm not sure what she said, but there's different changes on policies. Either policy or the whole act has to be redone. And one thing that she mentioned that they're talking about doing is requiring 2 dispatchers 24/7.
What about funding?
Well, she didn't say anything about that, but, I just caught my attention that, obviously half the time we only got 1 person working. And if that comes to fruition, that's costs a lot of money for a lot of different counties, because I know a lot of counties, small counties, they don't have that, so. But that's just something we need to keep an eye on, that possibly might, within the next year or 2.
How about renewing our agreement with them?
The what?
Renewing our agreement with them?
Well, we didn't talk about that, but
Well, it needs to
we
be,
need to, because in the next 3 months,
right,
it'll be coming up, so we're gonna work on that, yeah.
thanks, Carl.
Another thing, I know there was an ad in the paper about the annex, taking bids on that.
Right,
Yeah,
We need to see about putting it on the web, I don't think it's on the website. I know when you go pull up the website, you see about the thing about back in the summertime, we did a thing for the audit, taking bids for that. That needs to be taken off. There's a bunch of stuff about election, that needs to be taken off. I mean, that's the first things you see, but,
I've sent it to him.
well, Ross needs to get some of that stuff off and put that thing about the annex on there.
do we have an idea of what that is worth, the annex? Any idea? Just gonna take the lowest bid no matter what it's at? Can't blame you, I'm just wondering, if you have any idea what it would be worth?
Highest bid.
We haven't had anybody
Highest
doing it,
bid.
Right.
High, I meant highest bid, yeah, highest
Yeah.
bid, not lowest.
no one to get a appraisal.
Yeah, but,
That costs you to do that.
yeah, I know.
yeah, it may be, the appraisal may cost
Yeah.
more.
Maybe 0. Yeah.
So,
When I talk to Ross a little later today, I'll make sure.
see if he can
Please,
update.
I mean, not that you might give him a call and mention him about the board meeting, but yes.
That's it.
Here we go.
Lisa?
Question on how the public safety facility is coming along. The last thing I had heard was that you were having to do something for concrete. So, everything is moving on?
Yep,
Okay,
slowly, waiting for precast walls to go in.
okay. I had printed off, what Augie had sent to us this last week from UCCI on new laws. There's one about an animal adoption fee waiver for veterans.
Okay. That's a good idea, because some people only adopt because it's too expensive.
Well, this is only for veterans though,
Oh, okay.
but still, that's great,
Yeah.
yeah. Just some little things of note here, coroner's report, coroners must report suspicious levels of fentanyl found in toxicology reports of deceased to relevant law enforcement agencies. Vital records death notice requires the local registrar of a district to send a copy of the death certificate to the deceased's county of residence within 7 days if the individual dies outside of their county of residence. County Official Compensation Task Force. There's a state task force that will review compensation of county level officials as provided in various state statutes. So that could be interesting. County recordings modernizes storage techniques for county recordings and establishes fee changes. I assume you get this kind of stuff through your group?
What is this that you're talking about?
New laws.
Oh, new laws.
New laws.
Okay.
Here, this is my favorite one. I've read it 3 times and I'm not gonna hurt my brain anymore. Hazing / consent. Provides that it is not a defense to a prosecution for hazing that the person against whom the hazing was directed consented to or acquiesced in the hazing. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, I'll take another.
And this one, the Department of Revenue, in consultation with DCEO, shall conduct a study to evaluate the property tax system in the state. So they'll do a study to probably doesn't.
What's the new law, something about, not taxing tips for waitresses, is that a new law this year?
No, that was a federal suggestion.
Federal, okay.
Excuse me.
Pardon?
You have to wait till January.
20th.
Had health board meeting and, things are humming along there. They've been in the school, all of the schools with the dental program. And now they are, because they do have a dentist there 5 days a week, they are working on the follow-up and trying to get all the kids who had cavities in to get that dealt with. Connor has gone to some training on a medical reserve corps, which is trying to take a look at people in the community, and I don't know how this goes along with anything that's already being done. So,
You still have a, inspector for the restaurants?
yeah, they're doing fine.
Pardon?
They're doing fine,
Okay, this one.
yeah,
It looks like the thing
Plus
on the
Kim
windows
is-
go back a long ways, I don't,
yeah.
inspections are nuts, so that's what.
Yeah. And then Kim is also, because that's one of her backgrounds, she's
Okay,
on that.
just
So
wanted,
do they do it annually? Is that how do?
No,
For most, isn't it annual?
two times a year.
2 times a year.
I actually thought they had mentioned it was 3 times a year, but it's 2 times a year.
I thought it was-
I know it's 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wondered.
I
Most of
think
us
if
are
there's
good anyway.
difficulties,
I'm not,
it's,
I have no complaints.
More often.
Then we also had a 708 board, and as was mentioned, Cindy's joining our board, so we'll have to find another person. So she replaces Kay Fiddler, and we'll have another one coming up as Bob Morris leaves the board. Treasurer is now Nolan Longest. So
They still
that's-
meet at 7 in the morning,
Uh-huh.
might be better, change a little later in the morning, might get,
No,
More
because
people.
then the people who work that are on the
oh, I
board
see,
couldn't
yeah,
come.
understandable, okay.
Yeah. So, the other thing is, Jonathan had stated that he has resigned as, executive director effective in, October or sometime between now and then. So, he's just had enough. That's a very, stressful position. So, he's gonna go back to people and rather than the administrative side.
So are you starting the search for
And that is not our board, that's the regular HRC board that'll be doing that, because there are two different boards.
Okay.
So the good thing is, he gave lots of time.
But are they starting the search? Because he could quit at any time, or is he gonna leave? He'll stick it out till they get someone?
I don't know,
Oh, okay.
I don't know, don't know that detail. A couple of other things.
That place at Grandview ever opened? Remember we gave them a liquor license? They ever open out there?
No.
They got asked for another liquor license or,
No,
okay, that's one. Somebody asked me the other day about that, so.
Didn't come to fruition.
It didn't happen either.
Hmm?
Didn't happen either.
I think that is all.
I'll have my hearing aid in.
Samantha?
Recruitment search, trying to, we have ads out for paramedics and EMTs, have quite a few EMTs apply. That's just a testament to the classes that we put on both in the high school and at night in the community. Still have a couple in the scholarship program that will graduate as paramedics in May, but that doesn't help us in the interim. So I have a week this week full of interviews. Some ongoing truck maintenance. I've got one truck that was over at Tuscola Ford last week and had an engine replaced under warranty work. And then a second truck went to Burke Springs, and it's over there all of last week and part of this week. The two of my trucks, when that one gets back from Burke Springs, have to go to St. Louis to the manufacturer to have work done. Everything's hitting all at once. As Dan mentioned before the start of the meeting, Horizon Health has named a new CEO that will start January 20th. His name is Jay Carmichael. He hails originally from out around the East Coast, I believe. His wife and her family is from about 2 hours north of here in Illinois. They spent a lot of time traveling from their home in Atlanta, where he is the COO over a 25-bed hospital and 95-bed long-term care facility down there. They have a 3-year-old, so they will be relocating to the community between now and January. We have recruited a new podiatry surgeon to complement Dr. Wojnicki as her practice has grown, and she too will start in January as well. Dr. Gaviappa has recently been recruited. She is the wife of our orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Kempagowda. Dr. Gaviappa is an internal medicine physician, and she has open practice. So if anybody's looking for a family doctor, Dr. Gaviappa has open appointments, and they too will be living in this community as well. We did purchase Willowbrook in Marshall. That is similar to what Brookstone is in our community here. It's an assisted living facility. I think it comes with 12 or 13 residents already, and they will all be staying. It will be known as Horizon Health Willowbrook. We're not changing anything per se, we just now run them. And then we will have a Marshall Family Practice Clinic down there, and our Easy Care will be located in that new building as well. So Willowbrook is a fairly large campus. It's 2 buildings, 2 bigger buildings. One side will be Willowbrook, and one side will be Marshall Clinic and Easy Care. And then we have been asked by the government in Tilton, Illinois, to put family practice in there. And so we have leased a building, construction is underway, and a recruitment for a provider, nurse practitioner, to be in that area is underway as well. So first quarter 2025, we plan to have family practice and walk-in clinic in Tilton, Illinois. I think that's all.
Do they have another clinic? Does someone have another clinic in Marshall?
Cork Medical Center is in Marshall. It's
And it's not affiliated with you?
It is not. It is Union Hospital physicians, nurse practitioners run. It's been there a long time.
How many EMTs or paramedics do you have for your ambulance service roughly? How many?
35.
Wow.
Any other questions, Sam? Thank you, Sam, and I'm sorry, I should normally call on you first. But
That's
for
okay.
some reason, Augie,
Well, first of all, do you wanna do public comment?
I'm gonna do that
You're gonna do
as
that
soon
later,
as I
okay.
have called on everybody.
I don't have anything today.
That's why you don't have anything, Augie.
You're gonna give, we're not gonna do, committee reports or
Just did.
department head report, no, I'm talking about for Wednesday,
No,
so we
are
decided not to do
no.
that, okay, all right.
Oh, you're not doing committee reports on Wednesday?
Nope, it's just a short meeting.
Okay, thank
So
you.
it's just for the levy?
It's just for the levy and what, yes,
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Augie, for
And my
making
Yeah,
the clarification.
You're welcome.
what?
And my liquor license.
We already, we're did, yeah, I mean, what we went over on the agenda is what we're doing. Okay,
I'm voting against liquor.
I know where you live.
that's why I was asking around.
I got, who, is Andrea taking care of the old ESDA building?
Yeah, we went through it a couple weeks ago, and she told me what each room is gonna be used for, and she's really excited about it. She goes to her office over there.
Ray asked me if anybody, he goes, what, is anybody taking care of it? And I said, I'm not sure.
Well, I don't know about that, or she'll clean it, or somebody clean it.
Well,
while we're
just
I
going.
just wanna
checking
make sure
the
that the heat's on and
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
I'll
needs-
talk to her.
Yeah, she needs to
she's
keep an eye
gonna
on
take it
that.
over, then,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just need, somebody just needs to keep an eye
Okay,
on
I'll say something to
it.
her.
Okay.
Is
Got all
Ray
plans.
still, I know we talked about having someone check the annex to make sure no leaks or
I can double check with him,
make sure that every day, if he could just run over there
just make sure the heat's on.
and
Because
no,
that's
it's
an old-
not flooded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll call him when I get down
Yeah, we already had an inspection, I mean, one of the dates for
Right, I
inspection is passed.
saw that, and then another one in December,
Yep.
sometime in December.
Yeah. Is there any public comment?
I will make one. This week is our first week with our new printer, and so the paper will start coming out on Fridays each week instead of Saturday.
Oh,
And then our new deadline for like bid notices and other advertisements would be the Friday the week before. So that's all changing a little bit. It's gonna be a week in advance because this new printer is over in Astoria, which is like halfway across the state, so we have a little more of a, it's a bit of a longer production cycle with this new printer, but you'll start to see the papers on Fridays starting this week.
so there's a week notice then,
Yes, yep,
okay?
yeah.
The size of the paper, is it gonna be smaller?
The pages will be shorter. This week, the paper will be probably a little bit, it'll be a 12-page A section and an 8-page
How
B
gonna be the
section.
size of this, is it?
No, it'll be a little bit
Okay.
bigger. than
That
that,
kinda
yeah.
looks awfully small.
Yeah, it'll be a bit shorter, and as time goes on, we'll kind of feel out
Okay.
what the size should be, kind of.
I just wondered, like, I must have misread that or something in the paper, so.
The pages will be a bit shorter, but
Okay.
we'll make it longer
Okay,
to
all
kind
right,
of
I just
compensate. So this first week will be a bit shorter because we put out last week's paper and we're turning around and
We're
putting
gonna
out
have
another
crossword
paper.
puzzles in it.
Yeah.
My son likes, our grandson liked the software.
Okay,
Says
perfect.
easier to work.
Yeah, gotcha. We'll include those then.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's all I got.
I'm just joking.
Augie, is there anything in particular that we need to accommodate? for
I didn't know if
Wednesday?
what you're gonna go into closed session for, personnel?
Yes, no, well, yes, personnel and, for, legal, what is that?
Pending litigation?
Pending litigation, okay?
Yep. Oh, that'll be fine.
Motion for that. Andy moves, Russ seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. We are in closed session, no action,
Thanksgiving.
bye-bye.
See you guys.
No action will be taken.
Okay.
We're in open session, no action has been taken. In closed session, is there any further action that we need to take in open session? Hearing none, all those in favor, I'm sorry, motion to adjourn. Andy and Russ show. All those in favor of the adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned.